If you haven't already tried out Webull, they're giving away more free stocks when you sign up and fund your account with any amount or transfer over. And you'll get $5 worth of any of these coins when you make your first crypto trade worth at least $1. So sign up with my link in the description below. Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Foxtail Digital coming to you again with Black Girl Stocks. And this is another segment of our top 3 option plays this week, where we're just gonna go over a few different trades, stock fundamentals, and different strategies that you can do to make it through. But first, if this is your first time watching this video, please make sure to click that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel. Also subscribe and click that notification bell so that you get notified anytime I upload a new video for you guys. Okay, so first, let's just do a recap on last week's trades. So the 3 stocks that we were talking about were QQQ, BTU, and AMD. Now on QQQ, we were looking at the bearish call credit spread, and we were selling the 358 and buying the 359 strike price. Now for this one, we were expecting the stock to be below 358 by March the 28th expiration. So this one was a no-go. Looking at the actual stock, you see that QQQ has been in an uptrend. This was a no-go for this one. Next was BTU, and we were actually bullish on this looking at the April 14th $24 call when this was $24.23. So when we were looking at this, it was around $2.48. So you'll see last week BTU did rise and it hit its peak of $27.70 on last Friday. So looking at our actual call, you'll see that we reached a high of $4.37 for the premium. So that was a good increase on that. And lastly was a bullish position on AMD. So when we were looking at this, it was around $115. And so you'll see last week was very bullish. We hit a high of 121. We were looking at the April 14th $130 call. The premium was $1.47. So you'll see that it did reach its peak at $2.91 on Friday. So this one was a somewhat of a swing trade. Let's go ahead and get into this week's plays. The outlook of the overall market was pretty bullish today. Dow Jones was up 0.27%. S&P 500 was up 0.71%, and NASDAQ took the lead with a 1.31% increase. So if you're in our Discord group, you'll see a lot of the trades that we were in today were bullish. So the first stock that we're going to talk about is XCEL, trading at $71.24. So XCEL is an energy company based in Minneapolis. You know, we've been talking about renewable energy, the energy sector, for a while. So right now, that's a key source of support for wind and solar projects in that area. You'll see that we've been in an uptrend since about October, and we've reached this high of $72.56. Now, one thing that's interesting is this pattern that you'll see here that Thinkorswim has actually highlighted. Where we are, it looks like we could stand to increase, at least upwards to $74, $75. Looking down at the MACD, it looks like we have a good bullish crossover, so we have some room to move here. The RSI is a little bit high, but it's not that high in an uptrend for me to be turned away from an entry. If I was going to have an entry target for this, it would be around $71.35 for my entry. For XEL, I'm going to do the April 14th expiration for a call, the $70 strike price. So you'll see I actually already have a position open here. The bid and the ask it's not too wide, 1.7 to 1.9, and it has a pretty high open interest in volume. That's kind of something that you can do with XEL. And the next stock is BB. This is BlackBerry. Everybody knows about BlackBerry. So right now it's trading at $7.67. Now, just kind of looking at the overall trend, you'll see we have been in, a pretty strong downtrend, but we have broken above both our 50 and our 200-day moving average. It does look like we have a potential bullish golden cross here with the 50 and the 200 moving average. So this is a good indication that the stock could be, moving out of this downtrend. I definitely want to see it move above $7.50 upwards to $8. BlackBerry is scheduled to have their Q1 earnings this Thursday on March the 31st. Analysts anticipate BlackBerry to have negative earnings. So that could have been due to the negative impact by supply chain issues and chip shortages affecting production volume. So I'm going to be bullish on this position just going off of our short short-term trend. Looking at the MACD indicator, it looks like it could have a strong movement upwards. Same thing with the RSI indicator. So that's what I'm anticipating. Now, if I was going to have a bullish position on this, I would have my target entry around $7.80. So you'll kind of see we reached that towards the end of the day on Monday, and we've kind of tapered off during after hours. You'll see here that the implied volatility is very high because they do have earnings coming up this week, but you'll also notice that their option premiums are very low. So you do have the option of just going long on this because the options are so low. You know, you're really not going to get much from doing a credit spread. So first, I'm going to do a long call, and I'm going to pick the April 14th expiration date, and I'm looking at the $8 call. So you'll see we have a premium of 0.58. So on this one, we can just round it up to 0.60. If you wanted to do a credit receiving position, that would be the April 1st expiration, you know, just something after the earnings. Or we're going to sell the $7 put, and we're going to buy the $6.50 put. So this is going to be low. We have a maximum profit of $12, max loss of 38. So it's a little high, but the probability of it closing above this price is pretty high if it continues in this uptrend. And the last stock is SQ. This is Block Inc., trading at $138.12. So I feel like we've talked about this stock pretty frequently lately. But one thing that I know that you can see from the stock chart is two things. One, this beautiful golden cross that we just had with our white 50-day moving average and the orange 200-day. It's a good long-term bullish indication. You know, it has a pretty decent pattern here. Overbought, oversold, overbought. Are we oversold here? Is it using this 50-day moving average as support? Just kind of looking down here at the RSI indicator, it looks like it is kind of moving back up. The same thing with the MACD indicator. Just these averages of the price and the volume, it looks like it does have a good little movement up. Going into next week, if I was going to get into a bullish position on Square or on SQ, I would have my entry around $138.50 to $139. And the reason is that was just a resistance that we had today on Monday, and also we can possibly reach have a rebound back up to this high of 146 where we were last week. So for SQ, I'm going to be looking at the long calls. I will look at the April 14th options. You can see we have a pretty high open interest and volume on the $150 calls, so it's a little out of the money. You'll see here it does have a pretty tight bid and ask, and the premium is about $370. So this one is a little bit up there. And just looking at the stock chart, it's probably going to be a really short-term position. So don't look to hold this position too long, okay? But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Make sure you leave a comment below and let me know which one of these positions looks the best to you. And also make sure you check out this video on day trading options. So this is going to tell you what options to look for, how to pick your strike prices, expiration dates, and all of those things. Make sure you check out this video.